One day, thick smoke and fire is observed coming from a hydraulic power unit on board the Tordenskjold installation. Fire alarm goes off and personnel on board start extinguishing the fire. After a few minutes, the fire is out. In this presentation, you are going to see what caused the fire and what we can do to avoid this kind of incident in the future. To cause of the fire, we need to understand the system and the story behind. The parts of a closed container with a tank, hydraulic pumps, and a diesel motor generates hydraulic power. There is a leakage in the hydraulic power unit, which results in a pipe being replaced. The hose was originally steel, but because of the leakage, this steel pipe is now replaced by a hydraulic hose. The report after the accident asserts that the hose does not meet the specifications for the load pressure. The hose is installed in such a way that it is subject to wear and tear. Installed right beside a sharp edge. The way the hose moves around leads to repeated abrasion against the edge. The hose ruptures. The power unit is now a firebomb. The hose causes high-pressure hydraulic oil to gush out. The fire is that the hydraulic oil comes in contact with the motor's exhaust manifold. The high pressure and the heat from the manifold instantly causes a fire. They are quickly extinguished. There are minor damages, but it could have been a lot worse. For the fire, the power unit's diesel tank is filled up. One person must supervise refueling due to the risk of discharge in the event of overflow. If it breaks out during refueling, the incident can result in serious personal injury. In the worst case, death. This is an example of how even small modifications require risk assessments. Similar modifications on our onshore installations and platforms. There is risk that must be considered when replacing piping with a hose. Consider what you deem necessary. Prospective elements of risk into the list. Elements of risk we must consider in conjunction with changing piping to a hose. Replacing the steel pipe with a hose is good, but the assessment of the installation and risk for wear and tear is not good enough. Hose assessed properly in relation to the pressure. Balance of the job can reveal unfavorable conditions. Participants should be involved in this work. and supervisor or a colleague should be involved to control the work. The manufacturer can provide assistance through specifications and drawings of the construction if you don't already have them. The factors we must consider for similar modifications. Must be approved. Must verify the modification. Conduct a risk assessment in order to reveal potential elements of risk, taking into consideration temperature, installation, fatigue, wear and tear, and vibration. The qualified person evaluates the quality of the modification. You have in place for modification work. Procedures apply to all modifications, or are there exceptions for small and simple modifications? How to ensure that these kinds of incidents don't happen in your workplace? Our work is never so important or so urgent that we don't have time to work safely.